Hi all, I come across a unique in-game study and thought of sharing with you all. So many of the chess players knows about this question and the solution, but still it is worth to sharing. So this question, also called as Saavedra in-game study. For a longer period of time, everyone was thinking it is a drawish question, but until Saavedra in the 19th century figure out white is winning. So let's look into the question. White is about to promote the pawn and in c5, and black is ready to give up his rook to draw the game. Uh, so the black next move is planning to pin the uh, pawn in the c6. So white will promote the pawn to c7. So the next move, white is trying to promote the pawn, and black must stop it. There are two of the ideas which black keep in mind. Well, first idea is playing rook d1 to c1, and for that black don't have much of the time. So what black will execute the plan is black will play rook d6 check, and uh, if king is not white is not careful enough and playing any different move, then it will end up in draw or losing the game. For example, king is playing king a5, then it is black who is going to win by playing the move rook c6. So black needs to be very careful. Also, king cannot play king a7. Then immediately rook will pin the pawn and capture it. So the next move, white supposed to play king b5, and what if king is playing king directly king c5? That way, black will execute the pawn. Execute the plan by moving rook into d1. And the next move, if you are trying to promote the pawn, then black will play rook c1 and pin the queen, and it is black who is going to win. So white is careful enough to play the king b5, and black will continue his plan by giving the check, and uh, uh, white will play the king's b4 move. The reason is still the rook c1 plan is in mind, and after playing rook d4 check, king will play king b3. So after playing rook d3 check, now white is in time to control the c1 square. So white will immediately play king c2. Right now, black cannot play rook c1, cannot execute the rook c1 plan because white is in time to capture it. So the white's next move is threatening to promote the pawn. So So if black is playing any other move like rook g3 or rook d6, then it is a meaningless move. White will immediately promote the pawn to queen and win this game. But still, the puzzle is not over. Black is having another idea to draw the game. Black will immediately play rook d4, and the idea is after promoting the pawn to queen, black will play rook c4, and after capturing the rook, it is going to be a draw. There is no other square for a black king to move anywhere. So after playing the trickiest move, rook d4, white needs to be careful enough to promote the pawn as rook. And next move, white is threatening to do the checkmate at a8. So black don't have any other option. Try to capture, try to avoid this checkmate. So black will play rook a4 to stop this checkmate. Now white will play the key move king b3. After playing king b3, black don't have any other best moves. For example, if black is playing rook a2, then it is a checkmate at c1. If black rook is playing any other move like rook h4, then still it is a checkmate. And if black is playing with his king, then white will capture the rook and win the game by checkmating with the rook. Thanks for watching this video.